Please enjoy this sample chapter of Stitchers by Ashlea Adams, read to you by me, the author. From the cover of the trees at the edge of House Vessex property, I soaked in the details of the mansion before me. It was on the west side of Nashville, closer to the river, and looked every bit the expansive plantation-style mansion of the antebellum South, with 3-story white columns and a porch and balcony that stretched like a welcoming hug to invite all inside. It would have been beautiful if I didn't know the welcome was more of a chokehold than a hug. I cut my eyes over at Zephonia, who was pinning her long silvery locks into a bun, pipe hanging out of her mouth. She was in full armor, and she was hard to miss. She looked like someone had vomited a rainbow of yarn from the era of disco and love all over her. In truth, it was a hand-woven garment that deflected most blows. My spider silk armor, stronger than even the usual STS armor, was blackish gray, like the feathers of the owls I often shifted into, and it was made to my body's exact specifications. Before I left, Clara had tried to accessorize it with a leather utility belt. I already looked like Catwoman, no need to add Batman to the mix. Besides, it just wasn't necessary when my silk could hold on to anything I needed. Okay. Just so that I'm clear about the absolute dumbest, most asinine law in existence, we're just supposed to walk up there and arrest him, just the two of us. Yep. In his house. Yep, that's the law. 2 against an entire freaking house. Tell me why this wasn't better my way. Zephonia snickered. You're so cute sometimes. Your way is solo, but you're a heroine now, not a hero. Whatever. Who made that idiotic law? Immortal politicians. She shrugged and pulled on a matching granny square cardigan. That's madness, you know. You know the plan. I know. I rolled my eyes. Stupid plans make me grumpy. Get captured. Send up the signal. Rain hell down on the bastard. Zephonia grinned around her pipe. We've had him under surveillance since yesterday. He's relatively unguarded. Apparently he's in a rage lately. My eyebrows rose, and a dark smirk curved my lips. Rose was no doubt the reason for the rage. Good. Keep your head, chickadee. Force is only used as a last resort. Yeah, I'll last resort the idiot into ashes. I hear you, Zeph. Zephonia walked out of the woods and across the lawn to the cobblestone driveway. You read up on the Wordle-axe? She mumbled out of the side of her mouth. Yes. Who would want to shift into a bug? Creepy. Zephonia stared straight ahead at the door. We could see curtains moving in the windows. Most of the people in here will be mortal servants. I don't intend to hurt the mortals, I whispered. They might try you. The donors always try to protect their feeders. I know, Zeph. Zephonia exhaled and brought her hand to the door. Here we go. She knocked twice. No one answered. Zephonia rolled her eyes and knocked again. This is Steward Zephonia Weber and my partner, Steward Huri Rojas. We are here to speak with Alexander Vessex. Silence deepened, like a viper coiling before a strike. We're authorized to use forced entry if needed, Alexander. We'd prefer not to. An intercom scratched. It would be foolish for you to try, a man answered. What do you want, stewards? I'm doing you the honor of coming to you rather than taking your indiscretions to your father, Zephonia told him. If you don't open up, I'll just speak with him instead. There was a long pause. I have no idea what you're talking about. Very well. To daddy we go, sugar. Zephonia tapped my shoulder as she walked away. My back turned to the door, and a moment later, it opened. He will see you now. Zephonia cocked an eyebrow at me. Good call. A crimson-clad servant escorted us through the opulent foyer to quadruple doors below the double staircase. Another 5 similarly dressed servants stationed themselves along the staircase, and even more along the upstairs landing. Beyond the doors lay a dining hall. It looked like the Renaissance took over the room. So pretentious. At the head of the table, amid a pile of paperwork, sat a version of the man in the photo that Rose had pointed out. He wore a patch over one eye, giving him the effect of a ghostly pirate. I couldn't contain a grin at his obviously scorched eye, Blackened veins spread out from beneath the patch. Good job, Rosie. He was red-faced and plump, like a ripening strawberry. A wine glass sat before the papers. The liquid looked a little too thick to be wine. Seeing him made me want to rush across the room and beat him until his body drained of his donor's blood. Zephonia brushed up against me pointedly. So, what is so pressing that you interrupt my business, stewards? My nostrils flared, sensing more vampires concealed along the wall tapestries. This place smells repugnant. We have a series of mortal homicides, and the evidence suggests that your house might be involved. Nikolai huffed and resumed perusing his paperwork. Oh, I'm sure that the Strigoi are responsible. We take pride in caring for our donors. Zephonia placed a photo book on top of his paperwork and opened a file with Sierra and then Christina. Curiously, in each of these photographs, I find a moth of unusual size. Definitely not native. Very much like the markings of your people. She flipped each picture until it came to Rose. He flinched at seeing her. This one is a curious case, verily encased in moths, the only one given such treatment. His face flushed. I relished seeing his wounds were even more grievous than I could have hoped. Nicely done, Rose. Battled a vampire and did it as a mortal. We naturally trace things back to your house, Alexander. Or do you prefer Nikolai? We've found a few aliases. I don't know this woman or any of these individuals. His throat caught as he flicked the book shut. But I will do a full investigation and provide you with the results. Rest assured that House Wessex is in full compliance with the law. My hand twitched, which caught his eye. Zephonia gave him a gentle smile, the kind a teacher gives an ignorant student. Rosaline Brandt had a great deal of evidence on her body. The fluids on her person traced directly back to you. And Zephonia's lips thinned. Every male Wardalac under your rule, it would seem. Alexander Wessex, I began, pulling out cuffs. I ignored the vampires who came out of hiding now. There were only 5. It is my deepest pleasure to place you under arrest for the kidnapping and murder of Rosaline Brandt. He sneered, fangs lengthening as he leered at me. Ah, so you're the sister's steward, minus the blood resemblance. Adrenaline permeated my blood as the anticipation of sinking my needles into his chest snaked a grin across my face. You should really come peacefully, but please don't. I never took a liking to mortal blood, but for you, I'll make an exception. Zephonia sighed. So I take it you're not coming peacefully. I tapped my forehead, making my helmet appear. Oh, don't worry, Zeph. He'll be begging for prison soon enough. He launched himself at me, fangs bared. I unsheathed my wooden needles and rolled with his charge. My fist pumped into his gut, making him howl just before someone barreled into me. Several hands seized me as Zephonia let out a battle cry. Between the limbs, I saw my partner being dragged away under a sea of bodies. Darkness swarmed my eyes. This concludes the sample chapter of Stitchers by Ashlea Adams. I hope that you enjoyed. If you would like to learn more about my books, you can visit my website at www.ashleadams.com. If you would like to purchase paperback books, those are available anywhere books are sold. Ebooks are exclusively available on Kindle Unlimited and on Kindle. I hope you have a wonderful day.